Napasibogan from Inquirer. Mr. President, may we have your thoughts lang of now that we're marking the 25th anniversary of EDSA and you're being president and celebrating it with the Senate President Enrile and President Ramos and Senator Onasan, something that which would be hard to imagine a few years ago. Ano po yung thoughts niyo on that?
Well, sana po, hudya to. Siguro, lahat naman ho kami, nagkakapareho na gustong umasenso ng ating pong bansa. Pwede rin natin masabi baka at certain points in the history of our people, may kanya-kanyang ruta kung paano dapat ma-attain yung ating pag-asenso ng ating pong bayan, ating pong mga kababayan. Ngayon, yung kanina ho, more than anything, magandang balik tanaw no? Yung mabalik tanaw natin kung saan lahat naman ho kami siguro noon handa ng mamatay ng mga oras na yon. Talagang nagpalitan ho ng mga alaala ng panahon na hindi naman ho kasi pag inimagine natin ang EDSA napaligiran ng milyon-milyon tao the whole time. Hindi ho ganun siyempre nangyari. Nung madaling araw, kakaunti na po yun ng mga nagbabantay. Pwede hong tinakot pa yung mga inatasan na lulusob dito na pinangamba sila, kinalimutan pa pakainin. Talagang nandun lahat ng ingredients para magkaroon tayo ng madugong himagsikan, pero pinagpala tayo ng may kapal na naiwasan natin yon, naging halimbawa sa iba pang mga bansa. At kung maha-harness nga natin yan na pang-araw-araw, yung kapwa ko, hindi ko kakilala pero sagot ko, talaga naman wala tayong hindi maaabot. Siguro yun po ang pinaka-importanting dapat natin pala isipan itong araw na to.
And Mr. President, follow-up lang po, yung when you announced the housing, yung housing privileges, may we have more details like where would the units be located and mga ilan pong when you say na ilan mga detalye pa po?
Yung location.
Saka magkano po? Budget.
Okay, sandali lang doon na. Kaya natin lahat yan, okay? Yeah, yung first 20,000 will be in northern, central, and southern Luzon. No? So in the following areas, Bocaue, Bulacan, San Jose del Monte, Bulacan, San Miguel, Bulacan. In southern Luzon, it will be in Binyan, Calamba, Calawan in Laguna, 13 Martires, Cavite, Montalban, Rizal, and Baras, Rizal. Yung siyempre subject to some modifications. How much will it cost? There will be two types, no? Yung one will be a unit that will have 36 square meters or will be situated in a 36 square meter lot. The other one will be a 40 square meter lot. Yung laki ng bahay rin doon sa 40 square meter lot will be bigger. Kaya medyo mas mataas ng konti amortization doon. So that cost per unit will be 175,000 for the lower end, no, in 21 square meter house. It will be 208,000 for a 25 square meter house with a 40 square meter lot. Yung amortization will be years 1 to 5, 200 pesos for the 175,000 house, and it will balloon eventually on the 26th to the 30th year at 844 and 20 centavos. Haliwanag lang po natin yan. Sa umpisang 5 taon, 200 lang ang babayad. Tapos inaasahan naman na after 26 years na promote ka na, tumaas na sweldo mo, nakakayanin mo na yung 844. But even at the 844 level, i-highlight ko lang na presently nagbabayad ang ating kasunduluhan, kapulisan, anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 pesos for rent. Paying 200 to eventually 844 for that option 1 will make them own the lot and the house. Sa option 2 ho, it will start at 3, yung option 2 is the bigger house, para may with loft, no? It will start at 300. Eventually on the 26th year, it will be 934 and 20 centavos. And yung 20,000 is the minimum that we are aiming for this year. NHA tells me 6 to 8 months pwede nang mag-move in yung ating mga beneficiaryo. Yung beneficiaries they will draw up the implementing rules and regulations of mga 120,000 families kasi yan. So malamang may bunutan, sino yung first 20 or yung ano pa, kung sino pa kung madadagdagan pa yung units yan. Konting swerte, we hope that in 3 years' time we will finish the program.
Mr. President, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Norman.
Sir, can we just get your thoughts, sir, on Mr. Visconde's allegation that it was Supreme Court Chief Justice who told him about yung
Problema, Norman, hindi ko naman nakausap si Mr. Visconde. Ang alam mo lang po dyan, labas mo si Daryl na Manila. So, parang hindi naman ko yata ako competent personality to comment on Mr. Visconde sa alleged statements.
But sir, dun sa allegation po, the fact that may allegation po na it was the Chief Justice who do not.
And in your paper, it also said that the Chief Justice denied. So at this point in time, sorry, para may pagka-equivocal yung ano talaga time na yun.
Sir, just one last point on the separate issue. Sir, has Senator Marrojas already briefed you on what happened in Taiwan?
Well, from yesterday, we have been in constant touch. There's supposed to be a fact sheet, no? FACT sheet, on points that they agreed parang to synthesize the thoughts of both sides. I have yet to hear from him. They were supposed to have another meeting at about 9:30 this morning. I came from Camarines Sur kasi earlier today. So I have yet to talk to him on the final outcome of the discussions.
Sir, wala pang recommendation kung mag-a-apologize o hindi ang Pilipinas sa Taiwan?
I did give instructions na medyo may problema tayo sa apology. Yung given the facts available at the time, the decision I believe was sound. No? And there were certain facts that were unearthed after the subject individuals were already deported. How?
Sir, follow-up lang po sa mga appointments. May napili na po ba kayong bagong AFP Chief of Staff?
Meron po, pero meron pa rin tayo sinusuri para sigurado tayo sa pipiliin. I still have a few more days, perhaps a week or two to finalize the selection.
Sir, yung sinasabi ni Secretary Ochoa na younger yung napili nyo, would you adhere to that? Yung medyo mas bata yung magiging bagong AFP Chief?
That would be one consideration, but that is not the penultimate consideration. Siyempre, yung with the forthcoming retirement of Chief of Staff General David, no, there will be necessary movements amongst, di ba, yung all of the various units within the AFP. So, pag pumili ka na sobrang junior, inilagay mo sa pinaka-senior na position, what happens to those more senior? What happens to those, parang he will have to have subordinates that are even more junior than him. May chain reaction yun. So that has to be weighed. So the end point should be, and the only primordial detail that has to be settled is who will best serve the interests of the state, who is the best candidate at this point in time to become the Chief of Staff.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. Sir, what's the likelihood that we will get guarantee from JBIC dun sa planned samurai bond issue natin, and what are the prospects for this upcoming issue?
Joel, I would rather you ask the Secretary of Finance. When you asked me that question a week ago or a week and a half ago when they came here, we were discussing it, but there were no, how should I put it? We had not yet reached the final decision on the matter that is part of your question, or is the central point of your question. But shall we say that it was a fruitful meeting, but I am not at this point at liberty to discuss the details because wala pa namang finality yun.
Sir, pahabol lang from the group, comment sir dun sa pag-pull out ng CBCP dun sa dialogue on reproductive health. How are we going to move forward with yung reproductive health policy natin now that they pulled out of the dialogue?
Well, I was asking Secretary Julia Abad, no, to brief me kasi they were supposed to have the third in a series of dialogues towards, parang kung di ako nagkakamali, this week no? And unfortunately, nagkaroon nga na statement from the CBCP president I'm not sure if that is really the official position of the CBCP or his position as CBCP president. Remember that he also came up with a statement tungkol sa pastoral letter po nila. Ganun pa man din, we are still hoping that we can get back to a dialogue if indeed they have stopped the dialogue, so that we can input their points and see if we can come up with something that everybody can live with and can be happy with. Those who are advocating yung RH rights, those naman who are so against it, I believe my role is to get both parties to come to a law that everybody can live with. So we won't stop. Okay? Thank you, sir. Okay na?